It's a real treat for me to introduce this next guest because I'm kind of a fan of his. I think he's a terrific reporter, and he works for Albuquerque Business First, and he breaks a lot of news stories in this town, and he really loves this town too. Dan Mayfield. I could go on and on, Dan. But
well, thanks. It's good to see you again.
Great to have you on the show.
You and I haven't bumped into each other out in a while, so it's nice to see you and catch up this morning and talk about economic development and business news this morning. It's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what this show is about. We want things good for our community, and that's what we want to bring.
And there's so much great business news going on right now.
Actually, there is.
Yeah, people are starting businesses. Economic development is off on a roll right now. Yesterday, the mayor announced that all the contract teams for the Paseo I-25 contract.
Fantastic.
It's a $93 million job.
Wow.
And three local companies got that gig yesterday from the mayor.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. That's economic development in the city right now.
So that was just awarded. So what does that mean as far as when that starts?
Well, that's going to start the week after Balloon Fiesta,
oh,
which is good. That was totally smart.
Everybody was worried about that.
I know, right?
So that's great.
And the better part about that is that the county got on board early and got all of their construction projects done around that.
Oh, good.
So now we don't have to worry about anything else. It just did the big signal project all the way up and down Alameda, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck in red lights all day long.
Oh, good.
And $93 million of construction projects right there is going to put 2,000 people to work in the city. Not just construction guys, but engineers and civil engineers, construction engineers, everybody else. And that's what the biggest economic development news right now. And it's wonderful to see something like that. That was, the voters put $50 million in bonds in that last year.
Yeah.
Very smartly put the $50 million
especially if you live on that side of town and you have to use that intersection,
And when it's done, it's going to be beautiful.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be such an asset to the city and help our traffic situation immensely.
That's it. But that's not the only thing going on.
Yeah, what else?
We've been writing about all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, in this week's paper, and I wrote the big cover story. It's called Going Viral. It's all about biotech. And right now, in the world of high tech, in the world of economic development, biotech is the biggest thing. There's the new Biosciences Center that opened up near Louisiana and Indian School. It's giant, and there's 40 companies in there. 40 brand new companies.
I didn't realize there were that many.
I know, it's unbelievable. And nobody does, you just drive by. But you go in, there's labs, there's everything right there. You can start your own place. And in Santa Fe, there's another one that's similar. And biotech is just exploding. And people have these great new products. There's one guy I wrote about this week who's got, it's a plastic cover that goes over the screen of your iPhone that kills bacteria.
Oh, that's so smart.
I know, right?
So you don't need,
and it uses this technology that was licensed from UNM that essentially creates poison for bacteria on the screen. It's kind of crazy, but you touch it and it just kills whatever's on there. It's amazing. And it's local technology developed here by professors at UNM, licensed locally the whole 9 yards. And other guys who are developing things that could make your clothes stain resistant, that's all biotech, it's all green. It's amazing stuff right now. And it's all going on here in Albuquerque, and it's the hottest thing anywhere. And we have this new, you call them clusters, in the business world.
Yes.
And now we have something like 140 different companies in New Mexico that are doing this stuff. The numbers are all in the paper this week, but they're all worth a couple $100 million combined to the economic economy. It's amazing, especially in the time of sequestration and furloughs and all of that. To see these companies developing and growing, it's unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love this story. It seems like business is getting geared up and doing well in spite of the politicians. They seem to be an anachronism to the fast pace of technology.
That's what everybody tells me. It's hard to believe in Albuquerque, but 1 in 10 jobs is directly related to the federal government in Albuquerque.
Yes.
Yeah,
you think about it, at least 1 in 10 people that you know works on base or works for the federal agency of some kind. And then another 10% of the city's jobs are indirectly related, which means the restaurants that hire the workers that are near the base. The restaurants that hire the workers that are around a federal agency.
And I think that's fine, but we have to diversify.
And that's where the city's trying to go.
Yeah.
With furloughs and sequestration right now, people are really sweating it.
Yes.
And I was talking to one business owner the other day who tells me that he really feels probably 20% of his business is coming from people who work at Sandia or on the base.
Yes.
And he's not sure what's going to happen. And he's just a retail guy here in town. Doesn't know where it's going to go. And so the city's now trying to figure out ways to get around that. The state is trying to figure out ways to get around that and reduce our tendency to just say, oh, the federal government will take care of all of our needs.